Hey, 7th and 8th graders. This is Miss Smallwood. This video is for Tuesday, May the 5th. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is officially our last day with the crossover. Tomorrow we're going to do an introduction and about the author for our next book, which is A Wrinkle in Time. I'm excited to share that with you. But before we get there, I wanted to make sure that you had everything you need to finish up your crossover assignments. Now, one note, you will not do everything in the packet. As we went along, I began pulling out some of the things that I had sent home there, just because I didn't want to give you guys too much. So you only need to do the assignments that are on the master sheet that I tell you about in the daily video. You do not have to do every single page that's in the packet. For today, it says in there short answer test, and that basically just looks like the reading comprehension pages that you've been doing, except these questions ask you about the entirety of the book rather than just one section of pages. So you'll find this at the back of your packet, and it's not a test in the sense that it's a big important grade, but it is an opportunity for me to kind of see how you are thinking about what you've read and understanding it. So this is one of the assignments that you'll submit this week on Google Classroom. So take a little bit of time with it and be sure to write incomplete sentences and full thoughts so that I can understand what you mean. You're also finishing today your reader's response book. You have basketball rule number 10. A loss is inevitable, like snow in winter. True champions learn to dance through the storm. So one last time, you're going to tell me what you think that means and make a connection to it. And then you have this opportunity to do a basketball as life analogy. So in our in the crossover, he makes a lot of comparisons to, particularly in the rules, about how life is like basketball, right? So I mean that, for instance, that's what we just heard. A loss is inevitable, like snow in winter, but true champions learn to dance through the storm. So that can definitely sound like basketball, losing a game and learning to keep playing even when it's hard, but that's also about life. So what you're going to do here is write sort of a basketball as life analogy. This basically means you're writing another basketball rule. So even if you're not a basketball player, you've learned a little bit about it by reading the crossover. So think of something you can learn or observe in a game of basketball, or as being part of a team, or thinking about practice, any of that. And then write a short poem in such a way that it would apply not only to basketball, but also to life. And then you will be wrapped up with this. Hold on to it so you can turn it in when we do our final drop-off pickup at the end of the school year. I'd love to see all the work that you did. And then finally today, you're going to, if you haven't already, begin work on your persuasive essays. This is just like the assignment that we did previously, where you wrote about what the best sport is, but in this case, you're answering a different prompt. What are the 3 most important lessons in the crossover and why? So you'll introduce, of course, in the first paragraph by telling me the crossover is a book that teaches different kinds of lessons. You can sort of set that up. And then each paragraph in the body section should contain a different lesson, and you should tell me why you think that's the lesson the book teaches and give examples. And then you're going to conclude by wrapping it up and talking about what you learned in the story. So I will look forward to seeing what you come up with. And if you have any questions, you need me, reach out to me on email. I'm here. I want to be helpful. And then also know that this Friday, there is no new assigned work. And tomorrow is a little bit of a lighter load because we're just sort of doing an introduction to Wrinkle in Time. So for those, since you have a little bit more flexibility this week, you can spend that time on your paper. So if you don't finish today, obviously no big deal, but know that you do have extra time built in this week to finish that. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. There is a video about the fundraiser that we're doing on Friday, which I wanted to share with you. I'm not quite sure how to do that through the YouTube video, so I may try to just post it directly in the Google Classroom. So look for that there. Miss you guys. Happy Tuesday. Hang in there.